everyone, it's Bea here at Little Miss Bea Crafts. I've not really videoed for probably 3 months now, and it was just because, you know, I had ideas, but they weren't kind of, I don't know, you know how you feel when you're getting a bit of a lack of a mojo and things, and you just don't think that anything you do is doing right, or you do something and then you don't finish it off, then you go on to do something else and that never gets finished off. So it's just been one of those, and then with Christmas and everything. So yeah, so I'm just thinking in the new year that I'm hoping to do some different things, things that have interest in me, not things that I think other people, you know, we all do it, we look at other people and we think, oh yeah, and then you try and do it and it just doesn't turn out right or whatever. So it's just frustration, isn't it? You get frustrated. So I just thought, right, I'll start doing things that interest me and that I want to do, and want to kind of, you know, hopefully that you're interested in as well. So so the first thing I want to show you is this junk journal that I've done. I've been looking at junk journals, and there's a couple of people on YouTube that I think are really good, that I like. One of them is, I think she's called Deborah, and her YouTube is called Attic Lane, and she makes some beautiful, really nice junk journals, and they're really lovely. There's also Johanna, I think she's called Johanna Clough, and she's an Australian lady, and she does amazing junk journals as well, and most of her YouTube channel is all about junk journals and things. And then you have Paige Evans as well, who's an American lady, and she does a lot of journals, and not so much junk journals, but just journals, and she kind of just makes loads of journals, and she kind of incorporates sewing into it and everything. So yeah, so they're the 3 people that I've been kind of looking at and really want to, you know, that I think are of interest if you want to have a look at junk journals as well. There's loads and loads on Pinterest, YouTube, there's absolutely loads, and a junk journal is basically anything that you want to put into it really. It's kind of scraps of leftover, which we've all got, scraps of leftover scrapbook pages and just normal pages, and I enjoyed making these so much, I really have. It took a while. I'd say I started this before Christmas, and I've just been dipping in and out and just kind of making bits and pieces for it. So the front cover, this cover here, I've made this is faux leather, and this is made from brown craft card, and I don't know, I mean, I think it looks quite leathery, it looks like a leather, you know, faux leather thing, but yeah, so this is just craft card, and if you want to know how to make them, there's loads on, and Sheena Douglas does it. She's got a very good tutorial on how to make this faux leather. I don't know if it was her idea in the first place, and Deborah, I think it is, at Attic Lane, she also does a tutorial on it. If you want me to do one, I can do, but there's lots, so that's what the front of it is. And then I've used Craftwork Cards, a USB that I had. It's not I don't think it's not the latest one. It was one when they had them out previously, but I'm sure that the ones that I've used in here are probably on this one. These are from the Birds and Bloom collection. I've got loads and loads of these toppers in this kit. It was last year sometime. Got them on Create and Craft, I think it was, and I've still got loads left. So yeah, so I've just kind of made it look a bit shabby chic, which is the style that I like. So and this is just for, I've done a winter one, as you can see this is my winter one, and I've done a spring, a summer and an autumn one. They're not quite finished yet, so but they will be. So I just thought I'd show you the autumn one at the minute, which is finished. So yes, that's the front cover, and then inside, this is what I've used. So you can use bits and pieces of anything. This is just some paper. I think this was lost and found trim craft on here. So I backed the faux leather cover, and I've backed it with this. And this was I just put a Christmas 2018. So this was our Christmas tree, and this is what it looks like. This is my fireplace and everything. So I just wanted a nice picture to remind me of what Christmas tree and that was like on Christmas 2018. And then this front page here, I've just took a little, you know, one of the little pads that you can get. These, I've got one up here actually. So these, I got these from every craft pound, I think, and I got about, I think there was 10 in a packet, so there is loads. So I just thought, right, so I've put that on. So this is all about January, this bit here. There's a little bit about between January and Christmas that I've journaled, but so I've put this tab here, and this is a little envelope. There's some skeleton leaves, and I've put a little tab here, and this is my to-do list for January. So I've just wrote some ideas about what I want to do in January. Yeah, and then I've also put this in because this is what I've been eating all over Christmas. Terry's chocolate. So I thought, right, and these were my favourite chocolates for Christmas 2018, and my favourite was popping candy. So yeah, so like I say, a junk journal, you can, you know, make it with just as much junk as you want, or you can make it, you know, with your scrapbook papers. So here, so this was we went up to Scotland in between Christmas and New Year. So this was where we went, and then this is the journaling that goes with, and this again was Craftwork Cards USB. I think it's Christmas past, the paper. So some journaling, and then just for interest, I put an acetate. It was what do you call them? The pockets that you put, you know, laminating pockets. And I've just put some tags in to do with, excuse me, all the way through the book. I've just put kind of the theme of stags and Christmas and nature and things like that. So yeah, so these were just some tags, and I've put people's birthdays in January, and you know, this is my Fitbit. I got a Fitbit for Christmas, so I'm kind of trying to get my steps up and everything. Yep. So and then this is journaling about my Fitbit. Then this is more journaling. There's a pocket here, and there's some journaling on the back of these. This is currently what I'm listening to, reading, watching, what inspiration, and throughout, if I've done a pocket, I've kind of tried to stitch and use my sewing machine. I'm not a sewer, and I have got a sewing machine, so it's helped me to actually do that as well. And this is just copy paper that I've kind of tea dyed, and put coffee on and everything, and stamps in the corner and things like that. So yeah, I've also used book pages. So yeah, book page again, stamped on them. This time I just glued because it wasn't an actual pocket, and then I wanted to put these. I got some watercolours at weekend, so I wanted to put these in to show. I did like swatches for watercolours, so that's another thing that I want to start doing this year, is doing more watercolouring and mixed media and things like that. So these are rare earth watercolours from Create and Craft. They were on a pick of the day, so and they weren't very dear. I think they're about £4, and they're really good. So yeah, so I've done some swatch colours, and I talked about it on there, so that's why it's in that pocket there. This was just something that I found in a magazine that I loved. It was a Waitrose magazine, and I just love the colours of it, and as an inspiration for kind of doing colours and things like that. So yeah, so that's basically where I'm up to. But again, this is the, I think it's Christmas Past, or one of the Christmas papers from Craftwork Cards. And again, so throughout this now, this is just plain now because I haven't journaled up to here yet. Again, this is, I printed them out back to back as well, double-sided, so that's why there's the red on there, and then there's the robin and things on that one. This is the tea guide paper again, and I've just stamped a little stamp. Throughout I used the Tim Holtz Distress inks in Vintage Photo, and I just thought it went quite well with all the nice coffee stained and vintage look. A little robin. Again, just some Craftwork cards of the USB. On this one I have put a little tag. These were tags that were with the USB as well that you could print off, and I've just made a little pad so that I can write things on there, and stuck it onto there and just put the tag on. This is another pocket and another tag in there. These little hairs that I've put that I'm running across, I don't think you can see them. So these little hairs there running across. Yeah, so journaling you can put on there. This is music paper again, Craftwork Cards USB. This is just lined paper. This was another, this was actually an envelope that I got from a Christmas card at Christmas, and I just thought that I'll use that because it's junk. I've just put that on because it's actually got, obviously I have my address on there, so yes, I've just made another little kind of notepad that I can write in for that, and attached it, sewed it across there. I've really enjoyed sewing some of these things and doing the pockets and things. I've really enjoyed making this, I really have. Again, tea-lined paper, and this was the middle of the book. So I made the actual signatures, they called these that you put in, these are called signatures. And it's a pamphlet stitch, so I just used cotton and did 3 holes, and then stitched the middle of the book, put holes in these and stitched the middle of the book. If you want to know how to make them, there's loads on YouTube, like I say. You know, if you want me to show you how to do them, I can do a tutorial on it. These were just little charms that I got. They're like a little day. I thought they were quite cute. I quite like the thing of just making a bit of an ornament out of the actual stitch that's holding the book together. Again, little robins and little reindeer days on there. So this was the other side of the envelope, so this is kind of a little flap now that you could use, maybe you know, just to write on or whatever. Lined paper again. Some of the Craftwork Cards paper, another pocket that I've just kind of sewed across again at the top and the bottom. Another little notebook that I made, you know, and this was greaseproof paper, but I wanted to print on it and it wouldn't print obviously because it's greasy. It's what you use for die cuts actually, and it was too greasy, so I actually printed onto tissue paper and then stuck it onto this die cut release paper, and then just stitched across again. I made another little booklet, another tag, some more, another deer, and some more paper. So you know, this is for winter, so it's going to last me the whole through to February, which is the end of winter. So it's gone, you know, from, obviously I'll use it towards the end of the year for December at the end of this year, but so I'll just do January and February. I've done a little bit about Christmas this year in it obviously, but so it'll take me through to, I can revisit it again in December. So yeah, so when I've done all of January, I'll put another tab like this one, and I'll do another front cover for February, but you know, so yeah, another pocket I put just used a doily from one of the doilies that I've got in my stash. And again, this was just some acetate, a laminating pouch that I put tags in so I can write on there. I just like added different texture to it, and I just liked that difference in it. Another one, another pocket on this side, sewn in, I don't know if you can see a stitch in there, and then another laminating pouch that's made into a page or a marker. Some more book pages, tea stained pages, another pocket, little hair again running across. I put this one in because I thought, well, it will be December by that time, so it might be a Christmas, you know, could do some journaling on it for Christmas next year. That was the other side of the laminating pouch from before. So yeah, so like I say, I've enjoyed making these so much, and actually writing them, and then, you know, there's something to look back at and to see, you know, how the year's gone on. Yeah, and I like it because it's not precise. You can make it how you want. You can personalise junk journals. You can use whatever you want, whatever junk you want to use. You can use. You don't have to do the sewing, but I've really enjoyed doing this sewing. And it's, I'm not a good sewer because I sew it's really rough, but you know, it's a junk journal and it's mine, and it's just what I, you know, my preferences, and it's your preferences. So yeah, so I just want to encourage you, you know, to maybe try something like this. I like it, like I said, because it's not precise. It's not. I'm not a precise crafter. I'm not. You know, I like things to be. I'm not very good at measuring. I'm not good at kind of. I think that's what was putting me off before, was the fact that if it didn't look right, or it wasn't symmetrical or whatever, then that was kind of, oh, I can't finish it now. But where with something like this, and being creative, it's made me feel, you know, more crafty, more creative. Yeah, so I hope I haven't rambled on too much. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this, and you know, if I do some more journaling in it, if you want me to show you how to do any of these things, then just maybe make a comment, and I'll do, you know, if you want me to show you how to make them, or how to make, you know, this leather look paper or whatever, then please let me know, and just comment in the comments. So yeah, so like I said, this year I think I'm going to be doing more mixed media, more messy crafts, more journaling, making journals, things like this. So I hope that you'll join me this year in making things, and I hope I inspire you. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Bye.